Going live.
Okay.
We're live. Hey.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Mr. 45.
Hey.
34 counts, felonies. Whoop, whoop.
He's a busy boy.
It's rolling.
It's rolling like crazy. I mean,
And they all say it's a witch hunt, right?
yeah, well, yeah. Because he's
Welcome
innocent.
to Tuesday. Transcend with Valerie and Allison.
Yay.
Wee, cat mama. Meow. Meow indictments.
It is quite an interesting time period we're in.
The weirdest thing that came out
Mhm.
was the talk about $30,000 to, hi Clarence, how you been? $30,000 to a doorman to keep him quiet about a child
Wow.
Trump supposedly fathered
Oh,
by a maid.
I gotcha. Wow.
It's like, whoa. I mean, I heard about this report a long time ago, but I can't
Yeah,
believe it.
we've heard of that before.
But I can't believe it was in the indictments.
Yeah, that's I think they left no stone unturned in the indictments. I think they crossed every T and dotted every I to make sure that nothing was missed.
Craziness.
Because
Good
it's
day.
craziness, and they took long enough, so you know.
So the contents of the indictment are available already, right?
Yes.
Which is how you knew about that. Because I don't know. I've been at work. I didn't find out. I don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
Nothing. I just know that, yeah, he was there and I saw one picture.
Yeah.
And then people saying that there's a mugshot, but there's no mugshot. They didn't take one.
No, they said that they wouldn't.
They're not going to post it.
Oh, they said they wouldn't.
They didn't take one.
They didn't actually take one.
I don't know. That's
Secret
like
Anyways,
standard.
they didn't
That's
take
like
one.
standard business. I don't think they're going to release it.
It was negotiated. They wouldn't take one.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
It was in, yeah.
Crazy.
Prearranged.
I watched Con Air 1. Good one, Rose. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out.
There's going to be so much stuff. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. There's so much stuff that's going to come out.
So, before I got on, I heard
Mhm.
next court date appearance is December.
Yeah.
Right now, it's scheduled for January trial. But in the meantime,
I mean, it's close enough. I mean, yeah.
well, in the meantime, in 3 weeks, he's got to be in court for E. Jean Carroll.
Yeah, he's a busy boy.
And then in October, Tish James dismantles the Trump org.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have a fun year.
Yeah, it's a rocking and rolling time for him. He's got to hold on to his seatbelt.
So I want to mention, like, when readers do readings, so we would pick off information and try to read off of it.
Mhm.
But you always got to remember to disconnect that ego.
You do.
So, for example,
Yeah, go ahead.
For example, Nancy Jean and I read on Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Mhm.
And we were seeing all these people saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that. Well, that's not what happened. What people were saying, because
it's really hard
when it's what was reported.
When it's a real strong trigger, even for us readers, it can be a challenge to.
Yeah, it's like with anything, with an article, whatever. We take the information in.
Yeah.
Then you got to wipe it clean.
Yeah, you got to be completely
no ego
and not think of any outcome. Just let the cards tell you the story.
She never had a rally. She was there for 10 minutes and left. Disgraced.
Right.
I seen people saying, "Oh, it's going to be in Trump Tower, or it's going to be outside of Trump Tower, or whatever." Nothing happened. It was a no-go,
You brought up a really good point, a really valid point about checking your neutrality when reading. It's on those trigger points. Yeah.
So every time before I throw, I always check with the guides where to go.
Yeah.
I listen. The cards help tell the story more, because usually when we're tapping in, it's like a few words or images here and there.
Right.
It isn't like we can tell a story through the guides. Yeah. It's more difficult.
It is. And it's easy to, if you have an outcome in your mind, it's easy to see in the cards it's your own story you want to unfold. So
yeah, you got to build that connection, and
you really do. Yeah, you have to stay in that space to receive, so you don't color it.
Yeah, MTG was a mess. That was funny. She got whistled. Seen there was only like 2 supporters there and bugged out.
Aww.
Santos left quicker.
Oh.
And he was on social media complaining and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What a ruse there. So Nancy Jean and I read on that. There was no gag order for now. I was saying the election is going on now. So voting ends at 8 o'clock tonight in Wisconsin.
It's a gag order.
He was just
the jury.
What's that?
Is a gag order just for the jury, like the grand jury?
No, Trump to keep his mouth closed.
Oh.
So when I was checking in on a gag order, I was hearing something like a partial.
Oh.
But that is only for what I had. There's no gag order now, but there's a gag order on the prosecutorial evidence.
Okay.
Him or his lawyers cannot say anything about the case, privately disclose. That's the only type of gag order right now. But he was warned.
Yes.
Nothing.
Right.
So there was no technical gag order.
Oh.
But
he's
Don Jr. posted a picture of the judge's wife.
Oh, wow. That's a little bit, what do they call that? Intimidation?
Yes. So it probably won't last long.
Wow.
So anyway,
big.
Let's toss on how long this may last.
Okay.
Nancy Samp, what do you mean by making it December? You talking about living? I'm pretty sure that's what you mean.
Either that or skipping the country somehow in a submarine to Russia.
Yeah, the only way he's getting out is a submarine.
Right? They're going to come and pick him up.
So we're reading on how long until there'll be a gag order put into place?
Yeah. Is 45 or his family or whoever going to mess up, and will the judge impose a full gag order on him?
Okay.
He's already crossed the line closely on his True Social already. After the fact. It was borderline. Okay, gag order. How long?
Not long, because
I don't think it's going to last very long.
2 weeks, 2 months, 2 days, 2.
That's what my guides are telling me. Not very long.
Not very long. 2 is not a big number.
Hey, Jazzy girl. 2 of Swords.
2 of Swords.
2 weeks max.
2 weeks max. I mean, he can't control himself.
No, he's a clown. Okay, what am I seeing here? Yeah, I got the judge imposing a gag order.
Okay. Yeah, and I did too.
I didn't get any timing in my cards, but
Mhm.
I had the judge with the King of Swords with a victory.
And I have the Queen of Swords is my next card. So, yeah.
I have the rule of law and positive energy before that. Basically, strength card and Ace of Wands is basically the rule of law and the energy the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then he fails.
Of course.
3 of Swords in the world.
Ouch. Ouch. What's
3 days.
The world
But it's gonna
making,
happen. I mean,
making it happen.
shut.
appropriate cards. The world and the
Vegas bookie's busy. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, just crazy town.
This is the biggest thing that's ever happened in his life. How is he not going to talk about it?
Of course he's going to.
He talks about everything.
He was just on social media telling people that he's innocent, that there was no wrongdoing, quote unquote.
I really do think he's lost it. And that's another thing. If he really has started losing some of his mental faculties, he's not even, he wouldn't even be able to be quiet.
He's not tethered to reality. Therefore, whatever.
No.
He's
unraveling for sure.
He's unraveling.
Sorry. Heather got the messenger, clock, and mountain. His messaging, TikTok, and obstacle. Good talk, Heather.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, will 45 even make it to December? Nancy's thinking. Is there a soul contract that he's not going to even make it to December?
I think there is some kind of soul contract for him. He's not going to end up being. You know what? I just read, though, Scott, that the first offense for these white-collar crimes that he's is not even going to prison. He's not ever going to go to prison from this. He's a first-time offender.
Oh, no. They said it's a felony.
They said it's a felony. But for a first-time offense, people don't usually end up in prison.
Usually.
That's what they said.
So the charging standard is 1 to 4 years per count.
What?
That's what they said.
Which is a life sentence for him.
Since it's a felony, it's 1 to 4 years per count.
Hello.
But then other lawyers were saying, technically, max he'd probably get 4 years.
That's
for first offense.
Wow. Wowie.
They would plead it down to 4 years because it's a felony. It's not a misdemeanor.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's all up to the judge and the jury and whatnot, but technically, he's looking at 120 years.
Gosh.
So, all right. Trump's soul contract in this whole justice process, basically. Trump's soul contract. Maybe think about, will he make it to 2024? Think about it that way.
Okay.
Is it 45 soul contract to make it to 2024?
I got the King of Pentacles with the High Priestess, Justice with the 7 of Wands, and then the World card. What I think this is that I think that, and I said this before, I think that he'll be there for when it all gets started. But as soon as he starts getting his justice and having to really defend himself, and then the World cards at the end, I think he might go once it all really starts happening.
He will. I just got all these.
Yeah. So just the High Priestess is my soul contract card. Justice, It sounds like an ending to me with your cards.
I pulled 9 cards of all the most beautiful cards you could ever have. It took me the 10th card to get to the heart, because he really is in complete La La Land till the very end, and I don't think he's.
My fruitcake dog is needing to go out again. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
That dog is so cute. Yeah, Scott, he's in illusionary land. I got the Fool, the Ten of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Lovers, the Hangman, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Then finally, those are all Delulu cards. And then finally, the Grief. So he really, this is his mind. This is what's in his mind. He doesn't see anything but these things being his reality. He does not. And the minute it looks like what's really happening is real, he's going to crack for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. Welcome, Ivana. I'll send you your link for Thursday later. I didn't want any confusion prior because things went wonky when you sent it out too soon.
Hey, I think you're pointing fingers.
No, last time, like I said, I sent it 2 days prior, and
I know, don't.
the link didn't work.
The link didn't work, and it's happened to a few people that way, where it just stopped being a real link for some reason.
So I did get the Page of Swords too, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So that's a new change to him.
Yeah.
It's harsh with the King of Swords.
Yeah.
And then that's the universe coming in with the Knight of Wands.
Well, when I got the Fool starting the deck, I say that he has a break, a mental break, and he becomes a newly minted person in this La La Land. And that, therefore, all those cards that followed were all in La La Land. And that's how I see it. What is
It does feel like there's a soul contract coming through.
Yeah.
I have my 9, 10 of Swords, so that's ancestors.
Right.
Page of Coins, that can be a new path coming in for him.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my Angels card.
There you go.
So
that's it.
I didn't get the death card or anything, but there's a lot of cards that represent, soul contracts, culmination of things.
Yeah.
In my mind's eye, I don't see him facing final justice.
No. He's
I did have the death card at the bottom of the deck, by the way.
Oh,
there you go.
That's it. That's it.
I just hope that he doesn't die before.
Yeah, we like to see it, but it may not be his. I mean, with his health issues and the supposed drug issues, he's got
the stress of what he's going through. Although he lives in La La Land, and that whole what's that thing that he learned with his dad?
Oh, that was the Carnegie thing where you everything's all positive,
right?
Because you can create your reality with
and it's worked for him.
It's always
used
worked.
it.
Yes, he used
Dad
it.
used it. He uses it, and anyways, it's why he's been Teflon Don.
Mm-hmm. Heather says, well, bouquet and coffin. Interesting. For read on it.
Yeah.
Hi, Heather.
Yeah. You know what the coffin would mean, right?
Yeah. Yep. Interesting. And I got both the Hangman and the Fool with all these La cards. So there's some fairy dust happening in there. So.
They're still voting in Wisconsin. I voted. Oh, I was going to say, there was a lot of questions. I texted the Valerie, but there was a lot of questions on this ballot that I had no clue about, that they never mentioned.
Oh, wow. That is
One
just,
one was about cash bail.
yeah.
If someone's a threat to society and previous convictions,
Mhm.
should they be allowed cash bail? And these are all Constitution changes. The other
Mhm.
one, should there be an independent commission to draw maps in Wisconsin,
Mm.
district maps? There's a couple other things I can't remember, but basically, all would be a yes. Oh, one
Yeah.
was about LGBTQ
Mhm.
plus right.
LGBTQ.
Yes, it was about their right. It was established that these people have constitutional rights. That's
Yeah.
where we are.
Yeah.
And we need a constitutional amendment to
That's pretty
include
sad.
women's rights. And
When
these are
we,
all on
the
the
people, when we, the people, are, entitled liberty, justice, and, whatever for all, and all men are created equal. Hello.
except
Except
unless you're a heterosexual man and
you're
woman.
not the right religion if you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I got there. I'm like, wow, I
Yeah,
can't believe these are on actually things that we need to vote on.
That's sad. That's,
The rest of it was like school board and village board. I mean, things we never heard about, but I knew they were there.
right.
But I was pretty shocked. But anyway, I've always seen Janet winning. Pray it happens.
Yeah.
Before I got on, the news was on, and the news anchors were talking about the advantage that Janet did have with money and with abortion rights, because technically Wisconsin cannot have women's health rights right now. It's on hold, and the 1849 law, except for death of a woman, is in effect. Because I had a friend that had to drive 3 hours to Illinois to get an abortion here a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was on a stay, but no, it's in effect until the Supreme Court takes it up.
Yeah, we don't really
If
notice.
Dan Kelly gets on there, you can pretty much guarantee that 1849 is sticking.
Mm.
Wisconsin is like +2 Democratic, but there's an almost super majority in the Congress with a Democratic governor.
Wow.
That's how bad the maps are.
Jeez.
They say Wisconsin is probably the worst gerrymandered state.
Yeah, I can tell. You showed me that map, and I was like, wow. It's like they
Yeah, my district is all like this.
come down, go up.
Well, it didn't work though because a Democrat won in one district.
Well, that's a start.
The state Senate, I know we'd have to look at every one, but I know there was one over by Milwaukee. I was sensing the woman Democrat was going to win.
Wow. Ivana.
Yeah,
Ivana
I seen Jim Jordan. Yeah, Ivana, I seen Jim Jordan's district. That's pretty gerrymandered.
Yeah. There you go. Rose Pipe said, worse than Texas. She thinks she's got the handle on the
reporters and MSNBC has looked into it. Wisconsin is one of the worst. I said there should be, if you go by how the Wisconsin votes, we're very close always. Like our governor won by 100,000.
Yeah.
Last presidential elections, Trump won by 10,000, Biden won by 40,000. It's always really close.
Right.
But generally lean a little bit Democratic.
Right. Well, Nancy has a good point. I will never understand the women who support having their rights curtailed. And really, you wonder if these women just don't listen to the news at all, and that they just hear what their husbands say, and they just are like a sheep. I don't want to say that, but that they don't think for themselves.
Yeah, it's just stubbornness or what. So my daughters are more on my side. I've explained things to them. Are like, oh heck no, I'm voting Democrat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they trust me. But
Yeah.
their cousin, whose dad is a staunch Republican, she's Republican,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't care about the issue. She just votes Republican.
Yeah, that's what
And, and
they,
I try to talk to my daughter about like, doesn't she know she's voting against her interests? Oh, she don't care. Her dad's a Republican. That's all she's
there
gonna
you go. I think there's some kind of disconnect between what is my power in the world as a female and outside of the family icon that they have made for me growing up, who am I and how do I fit in this society? And how would I really want to live? Do I want to live this way? If they really had that question in mind, they would never take away their own rights. I
Yeah.
mean, it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's got a good job. She's all into social media and stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
think she looks at politics. She just
Cat
believes
Mama,
whatever.
yeah. Cat Mama Meow has a good point. Val, they care more about having a man than rights. And that's another enculturated problem is the old fairy tale, you got to have a man rescue you story.
Yeah, that's no self-worth.
Yeah, we've been trying to eradicate that story for many eons of time to turn it around to the strong, Amazon woman can take care of herself. She might save you, the man. No, I'm kidding. Nobody
Okay.
saves. But yeah,
Let's check on this. Yeah. Are you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. Let's check on this seat. There's I can't remember why this seat's up for election, but tonight they're voting in a Senate seat that's open or someone passed or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But they're filling this Senate seat. Which one's going to win, the female or male? That's all I'm going to ask. Because the Republicans will have a supermajority if a certain person wins. That's all I'm going to ask you guys. What card comes out first?
Okay.
A male card or female card? Who's going to win this one? The female or the male?
Female or male?
It's redistricted, and it's a 50-50 toss-up.
Okay.
It's in an area I deliver meat to every day.
Okay.
Okay. Who's going to win this Senate seat in Wisconsin, male or female?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I got it. I got an uh-oh.
Don't uh-oh me.
Uh-oh.
Heather got a female first.
Man.
Heather got a female first.
Oh, good.
I got the 2 of cups, so one of each.
I got a queen of cups. I got the female.
I did get the moon though, which is female.
Uh-oh. And then my next card was the tower.
The male has a tower. Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
I don't think this means anything doing this.
But then I pulled the 3 women and the moon. So
I got the moon and strength. Those are both females.
mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to go with female.
Okay, I'm going.
That's what my intuition said. Someone asked me about it.
These do both look like women on this card.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it is a man and a woman, but this guy looks like a female to me.
He's got a dress on. I mean, a tunic.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I mean, his face, if you really look at the two cups, it looks like the same person.
Probably
Yeah.
so.
They look like twins.
They
I didn't
probably-
reach into it really bad, but the guy Republican is he's not portrayed as a Trumper, or MAGA.
Yep.
I didn't look into him deep, but that's just a brief. But we really need that female to win. Two
Mhm.
females, actually, the Supreme Court and her. Because our poor Democratic Governor Evers is hanging on a thread of getting everything. Speaking of that, North Carolina has a supermajority, and they're about to overturn something that's really bad. I can't remember what it is, but it's bad.
Bad.
The governor vetoed some bill, and they have the power to override it. It's not voted on yet. I can't remember what it is. I'm sorry, but I might see today. We're in a crazy time. Heather got cross clouds and woman.
I was
We'll
just
go.
reading that. Yeah.
North Carolina, no permit to get a handgun.
Senator Taro.
Oh. Meanwhile, in Florida, I'll hold my beer.
Oh.
I guess 80% of Florida does not want open carry. DeSantis just passed open carry.
Oh gosh,
How horrible is this man?
that's ridiculous.
That's when you walk around with your gun on your hip.
Yeah, exactly. Hmm?
It's
Yeah.
so dumb
And you don't need a permit for
and
it.
gross and just
little-
barbaric
It's a
and
little
ignorant
barbaric is an
and asking for trouble. It's all of those things.
excellent adjective. Barbaric.
So disgusting.
It's a little.
I guess DeSantis is filing a lawsuit against Disney and what they did and the law they passed or whatever. DeSantis is saying it was illegal for Disney to do what they did.
Claus or princess.
What did Disney do?
There's some kind of princess law.
They did it all legal. It was put out in the paper. It was a board meeting, and they voted to keep it as is, that they have control of the district and everything. And it basically shunned everything DeSantis wanted to do for 30 plus years.
Yeah, exactly.
And now DeSantis is saying it was illegal, and he's going to sue him in court to have it removed.
I'm lost. I'll read about it later. I don't know.
It's a difficult thing to understand, but it has to do with the board in the county where Disney sits on. It's about
Right.
controlling their acreage and how the taxes are paid. So the way that DeSantis wanted it, he would control Disney, but the township would have to pay for the taxes and everything and upgrades.
Oh, okay.
It's mind-boggling why DeSantis wants this. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt his constituents.
Wow.
The guy's a maniac, and he thinks he's going to be president.
I mean,
He's going to get 30% of the vote. Worse than 45.
there's no way.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Rose Blue. Rose Blue knows. Till 21 years after the last descendant of King Charles III dies.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my God, DeSantis is a moron. I can't believe these people are in governor in Congress. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I had a ban over something. All right, I want to know quick. So he went after right now all the hush money stuff, basically, and falsifying documents.
Mhm.
What about all the state tax crimes? Or is he going to be happy with Tish James? Because he can bring everything Tish James is going to bring.
Yeah.
He can bring state crimes on that.
Okay.
So let's see. Is Brad going to bring more charges than just about the hush money falsifications? Hi, Holly, Monica, Dorian.
Which would not be part of this indictment.
No, this is separate.
Mhm.
This is about knowing, his Weisselberg already went to prison for it, but he
Mhm.
technically didn't um, implicate 45 in
Mhm.
the trial, even though everyone knows 45 knows everything about his business, right? Oh, and another thing people were bringing up on Twitter, Don Jr. signed one of those checks, or a few of those checks.
Oh,
So
uh-oh.
We can read on that too. John Jr. could have an indictment with 45 just
Yep.
because they spaced out the checks back
You
to
will not believe this,
Cleveland.
you guys.
45 wrote about a bunch of them, but Don Jr. wrote a few.
I got the 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and 7 of Pentacles.
That's a lot of sevens.
That's a lot of sevens. I'm telling you, that's a lot of sevens. I'm feeling like there definitely is more. And the last card I pulled is, so yes, there's more. Yes, and there's more. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Suzette. I live in Florida. My hubby and I took a ferry ride to Tampa to St. Pete, and many people were making jokes about Trump being indicted. And DeSantis refused to extradite. Alrighty. Okay. Bragg moving forward on other tax crimes. Magician. Queen of Cups. Okay. I think it's being done in secret. He's not playing his hand.
Yep.
So that's a magician, moon, and the sun.
My
So
next card. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So this is all about secrets, doing the secret. The magician acting like he's not doing anything, but light bringing more clarity into the situation.
Right. And bottom of my deck is the moon.
Oh, cool.
My next card that I had besides the sevens and the grief or the 5 of Cups is temperance. So, they're just balancing things out and they're doing it in
So
the dark.
temperance would be, like waiting.
Yeah, they're
like
waiting.
making sure everything's on time.
Yeah.
And the reason why I feel waiting,
Hmm.
I have the Hierophant coming in again.
Yeah.
I think the federal government's got it. No worries.
This temperance is patience. They're patiently doing it behind the scenes.
Then I had the 8 of Swords. So usually this is locked up, but this is not the ending of it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like there's some tensions or there's some kind of waiting. It's also like restricted. So I have the federal government, USA, restricted. With some kind of restriction, kind of like maybe Jack Smith is whispering in his ear again. We got this. Just, use the temperance, investigate, do what you need to do, but you may not need more indictments.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, I had this my 2 of Swords card, but it's higher, so it's patience. I got that too. This is basically temperance, 2 of Swords.
Yeah.
We will be happy. We will be celebrating. It doesn't matter, but he's going to bring more indictments.
Oh, yeah. That's what I see.
But like I said, remember, this is Ellen Bragg here. He took forever to bring this one, but he did.
Yeah.
But this is the evaluate everything. Caution, there's patience.
Right.
Using your intuition, but he will. he's going to see how everything plays out first. So throughout
Exactly.
this whole year up to December, he has time to investigate everything
Yeah.
about those crimes.
Absolutely. Yep. You're so right. And now I'm dying to see what Allison has.
Bring it.
I pulled a bunch of stuff. I don't even know if I'm going to go into everything that's here, but the first two cards that came out, I got the Hanged Man with the Sun.
Mm.
So I think he is. I think initially he wasn't sure, or he was trying, I don't know, trying to figure out how to go about it or what to bring forward. There's
probably so much.
I'm sure there's a stockpile of, whatever. And then I got the Empress, and I pulled on a clarifier on it, and I got the Two of Wands. This feels like another woman or something else with women. I don't know. This is, in the past or looking back, it could be overseas, this with the world, but whatever. But I don't know if they would do anything with that because, can they? I mean,
I'm not sure because it's New York. I mean,
right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, or is this is just knowing about it? This could just be something they're aware of, and maybe they can't.
Out of that company in illegally spent and listed on his taxes as something else, and then they ferreted it out. Yeah,
it just feels like it has something to do with another place, but I don't know. But anyways, and then I got the Death card. But anyways, to answer the question, I think yes, with the Hanged Man and then the Sun.
Yeah.
And I was just going to stop there with two cards, and then I don't know why I just kept pulling. But yeah, one of you got the Sun, right? Didn't somebody say they got the Sun as well?
I didn't get the Sun. Scott got the Moon, and I got the Moon for the hidden things that are. But the
somebody said Sun. Scott, did you say the Sun?
Yeah, I think I did.
You have the Sun.
Or it was the last
which for me is a yes card. It's shining light on, whatever. Sure. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yes. I did have the light. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, bye, Holly.
Are you
I'm
done,
sorry
sweetie?
you ran out of power.
Thank you, Holly. Shauna, man. Hello.
Wish you guys could see what my dog was doing right now.
I put the names up. Oh. Allison, Scott, and Valerie. All right. Now let's look at DJ. DJ. How does I'm trying to remember how
he signed it?
DJ. I forget. I'm trying to think of that nightly comedian that always says Don Jr.'s initials. DJ. TJ? TR? No, that's not it. Jimmy Kimmel always has a four-wheeler. I can't remember how he does it.
It's DJ TJ.
DJ CJ?
Yeah, I think that's
Donald John Trump Jr. DJ TJ.
There you go.
Oh, bye,
I'm
Maria.
guessing. I've never heard him say it, but that would be his initials.
There you go.
Yeah, you have storms over there, Allison.
There's something twisted about your son, right?
Earlier it rained
for your mistress.
What?
There's something twisted about the son signing the check for the mistress, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, it's kind of twisted.
Who wants to think about their dad with a porn star?
I mean.
Thank you,
when
Dorian.
his half brother
DJ.
Well, at the time when it happened, because Melania's baby was like 3 months old or something gross.
Something like that. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
But you know what? She doesn't care. She doesn't want to have sex with him anyways. She was happy to have her baby, and she probably has only had sex with him that one time anyway.
Oh, I agree with you. And it may have been artificial insemination.
I was just gonna say it might have been a turkey baster baby.
Sorry, entertainment.
Oh, just gross.
But I mean, can you just
Okay, I see it now. I see the chat now, how that works. So, Shaw Woman is on another channel. It's got that little symbol.
When you see the little paper clip,
Yeah.
then you know you're on somebody else's.
Yeah, got it now.
Yeah.
So are we asking if Don Jr. signed the checks or
what the outcome? Like if he's gonna get indicted too?
Okay.
You know, is he gonna face justice for signing the checks?
He's gonna be in any troubles.
Yeah. So he did all that work on, but it's there. You know, it's in the indictment that Junior signed checks.
Uh-oh.
The new shaman. Maybe the sun cutter is really about the illegitimate son.
See? Now, you know, the thing is, no. I don't really see any trouble happening for him over that. No legal. Because, I mean, in fact, he may not have even known what it was for.
Oh, interesting.
Because I see, you know, I don't think he actually.
Justice.
Mm.
Wah, wah.
Oh, you got it. Wow.
I just stopped. I got the Tower, the Sun, the Five of Cups.
Oh man, mine are too nice. Maybe I am playing with the wrong deck because the Illuminati deck's too nice.
Okay.
I have to switch decks. I might have to use the deck of character.
I'm gonna ask again just to see.
Okay, I think you're right though, Valerie.
Oh,
so I think there was an investigation about this already, but the Five of Swords about conflicts.
Yeah.
There's a conflict with the evidence here with the Ace of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they did look into it.
Mm-hmm.
I do have Lady Justice, a couple of queens actually. Moving forward, I have the family card with Lady Justice and the Queen of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be, family's all going to go down one way or another.
Yeah. I got the Five of Cups again.
Ah.
I just asked the same question. I got the Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of, oh, damn. Yeah, I got 3 5s.
Oh,
that's a hell yes.
7,
and then I got the Ace of Swords. Yes.
Going on here.
He's going to be in trouble.
5s are change.
5s are drama.
5s are about change and numerologically shifting and change. So some epic ending, some stuff is going to happen.
Yeah, I think something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's prosecutable or there's something.
I agree.
There might be something else too that they might find out something else attached to that. It's not just as simple as like if he tries to say, "Oh, I didn't know," or "I didn't know what it was for." I got the Ace of Swords here. This feels like they know the truth.
Yeah, I mean, at the most, they may have him pay a fine, but I didn't even see money cards.
No, I didn't get money, but I had the Five of Cups too in the end. Page of Swords and the Patience card.
Yeah.
So it feels like they are looking into it with that Page of Swords, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another evaluate patience kind of thing. But the Five of Cups would mean that Junior's worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it just feels like they looked into it with that first, because this is in the past situation about the whole affair. They've been investigating this for years, so it's already been known.
I think also
Investigate. There were some conflicts about the evidence.
Yeah.
So he may, like you said, he may know about it, but if he doesn't say, or if anyone doesn't flip on him, it's probably not enough to take him down.
And also, there's something about, your father being indicted for 43 federal crimes that kind of make you a little jumpy. You might get a little nervous over it because you might be put in that same bag.
Yeah. Well, and also when you're snorting a whole 8-ball and then you're doing that kind of stuff, it's going to make you a little jumpy. It's going to make you a little nervous.
Yeah, a little upset.
I don't know how anybody does such intense uppers when their whole life is going crazy. It's like, I just don't understand.
I don't get it.
I think you'd be doing downers if you're going to be doing anything.
If you were going to do it, you definitely want to
be doing uppers.
Effect. You'd want to be tranquilized.
Right, exactly. Crazy.
Okay. Shannon wants to know about the student loan, and so do I. My daughters need forgiveness.
Okay.
It's still ongoing. Supreme Court's going to hear it, aren't they?
I don't even know, to be honest.
I think it's up to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
About the student loan debt. Because the lower court said, yes, Biden administration has the authority. It kept getting appealed. So now the Supreme Court's going to look at it, I think, June or July. Whenever, I think after they come out of break, something like that.
Okay.
So if you look at the rules, it says Biden, according to laws, has that authority because of COVID, because of a national health emergency, and it was passed by Republicans in the 2000s.
I think it will pass.
I've always seen it pass, but let's see.
I have a really interesting cards with my deck of character. First thing I got is dancing shoes. That shows me a happy celebration that things are going to work out.
Beautiful.
Funny how you mentioned COVID. Here's the blood.
There you go.
People are fighting for this issue really strongly, and it's really going to have a lot of pull to get done.
Stating fact. Good one. Okay.
Sometimes my deck of character is working.
Oh, I swear that deck works.
It does work.
Especially with 111 cards, you put them all together, that's crazy.
You're going to have the symbolism one way or the other. Tells the story.
All right, the Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the King of Swords. I would be worried if the King of Swords was in the middle of this, but since it's not, it feels like legal authority. I mean, it's good to go there. Next, I have the community card, King of Coins, and a little more patience we need. That means the community, King of Coins, the money is available. It's the right thing to do. We need a little more patience for the judgment. In the end, I got 10 of Coins. Prosperity. It comes through.
Oh, good.
The Page of Coins, money offered.
Oh, good.
But I do have the 5 of Wands in between it.
So
they might write down they might flag down something.
Mm. Mm.
The only way, if I had a good card in the middle of these three,
Mhm.
besides the 5 of Wands,
Mhm.
I'd be like, guaranteed everything goes through, but there may be an issue with something in the program.
Right.
It may be the amount for the people, or they want more people to get it,
Mhm.
something like that. But the basis is passes on legality. But there's something in there that these conservatives will be like, no, you gotta do that.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
But I feel it passes. But there's a hitch.
Yep, that's exactly what I think.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
Should I go?
I'm happy. I'll take that. It's funny, Diva 369 says I have ADHD and Adderall, and believe it or not, it can mellow you out at times. So I think,
Yeah, apples and oranges though.
yeah. So
Apples and oranges, cocaine and Adderall.
yeah,
And plus, if you need Adderall and you get it, that's one thing.
that's
If you're,
it.
it's
It's the
cocaine
difference.
and you're
Yeah.
taking it recreationally. It's,
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and yes, and I know that to be true. That can be true.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
I got the Page of Cups with the Empress,
Mhm.
the Ace of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups, and then the last, or not with, this was the order. Page of Cups, Empress, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, looks beautiful, right? And then I got the Page of Swords at the end. So I clarified it. I got the three of Swords. Like Scott said, yeah, I think it's going to pass, but there's going to be something in here we're not going to like. There's going to be some sort of like, yeah, but up to 50,000 or
Yeah. There's
whatever
reworking
hits
that,
they're going
right.
to put in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to pass, but there's going to be something about it that's wonky. But
yeah,
10 of Cups is pretty good, so it's
I'll
going to be
take
good.
it. I mean, I think that's a
I
celebration.
got a 10 of coins. I got a 10 of coins, so that's completion.
Yeah.
So
And I got the dancing shoes. You can't, come on. We're all.
Yeah, I think it'll pass.
Angela, true. That's all right. That's a good question here.
Mark Meadows.
Well, the circuit court said all of Trump's people have to testify. 45 and his lawyers can go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So, is 45 and his lawyers going to challenge to the Supreme Court about Mark Meadows and all his aides testifying? Everyone else has said no, they got to testify.
Yeah.
Is it even worth the money to go, take it to the Supreme Court? Is he going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shaw. I'm the host. Aw. Just type in my name, Scott Allen, Spiritual Essence.
Like and subscribe.
What's that, Rose? He didn't challenge the Supreme Court already. I never heard anything about that. I don't think he did.
So what are we asking? If it's actually going to happen?
Hi, Chrissy. How are you?
Like and subscribe to Scott Allen Spiritual Essence and Aries Girl Tarot. And
there we are. Dragonfly Crystals, Scott Allen Spiritual Essence, and Aries Girl Tarot. Okay. I don't think I didn't hear anything about, he hasn't, as far as I heard, appealed to the Supreme Court yet. Because it just came down like today, I think, or yesterday, that the Circuit Court said, no, everyone has to testify.
So what is the question?
Will 45 and his lawyers appeal to the Supreme Court about his aides
testifying? Oh, okay.
Will they appeal the Supreme Court? If you want to go farther, if it does, I don't even think they're going to appeal. It feels like a waste of money.
I think so.
Trump loves to waste money.
There's going to be so much going on that.
And doesn't he appeal everything?
Yeah. Well, as a standard rule, yes.
The lawyers are like, oh, sure, we can appeal. Yeah, give me another $100,000.
Exactly.
They're all just going to take his money to lose again.
Oh, gosh, my cards are so funny. Yeah. The guts it takes to do that. Time and guts. The little, trying to put little elves to work and get it to happen. The majestic whale of a problem. But it's going to lead to the graveyard. It's a dead issue.
Yeah, it's a dead issue. I was kind of wondering if they're gonna do it.
No, the guts. He got guts if he even tried it, because I don't care how many lawyers he puts on it. It's just too big of a problem. Too big of a problem.
Massive whale. It's gonna die.
It's gonna die. Yes, it's a whale of a problem.
I know, right? Our politics is nuts.
Yeah, our politics is really.
It's kind of weird. So I got it. His lawyer teams are evaluating it. So I kind of feel like this is his team. There might be a female on the team. King and Queen of Cups. Here again, the evaluation, temperance. They might wait to the final moment. But then I have the filing, walking away from the filing, because the truth is they'll lose. So here's like filing this to the Supreme Court. Mark the coins. My 3 of coins is all about documents, making documents. Then I have either the 7 of cups or the 8 of cups. So the 7 of cups is delusions about winning. Truth is there. But I'm feeling 8 of cups, walking away from it.
They have the National Guard on alert. That's what Shawn Woman says.
From where?
I'm assuming New York.
Knows where?
For New York? 35,000 troops.
Holy Jesus. We better get on the news.
Whoa. Holy moly.
My final 3 cards is the universe is coming down hard on 45.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's telling me. So here we got their angels, the universe, or his angels and whatnot, spirit energy, and Lady Justice. He's getting hit hard through his insights, his feelings, and everything. I get the sense that he just wants to give up. Because he's just lost and lost and lost, and everything's mounting.
Yeah.
I get that sense of his spirit is just crumbled.
That's kind of what I got when I.
Are you talking about Trump?
Yeah.
I got that earlier, and I took a picture on my phone of my spread. I got the same thing.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't really usually read on him. And I read on it, and I'm like, he looked, what was it? He just looked defeated.
Yeah.
Just like he just went.
No more positive thinking can jig him out of the hole, the deep hole that he's dug himself. Oh.
He's like a clown rally. Can't get him out of this.
New York.
He has no presidency and Bill Barr to save his butt.
Mm-hmm.
He has no firing power anymore.
Exactly.
Jerk.
Yeah.
He gets in New York.
Yeah. I mean,
God.
where else would it be, right? That's where all the stuff's going down. So of course it makes
Well,
sense.
I guess he flew back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I guess he flew back
Yeah,
already.
he's supposed to be in Florida tonight.
Oh, okay.
But there's a
Oh,
lot of other crazy stuff going on. Diva says it's deflated. Yes,
yeah.
that's true.
Yes,
There's no
deflated.
accountability,
The
especially.
orange balloon is deflated. Unfortunately for him.
That's what Stormy said.
Oh, man, that's TMI.
Rose Blue seeing Conair leaving. Oh, that's right. He's supposed to have a live press conference tonight at
Yeah, I just saw that.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
They're all waiting for him outside, Anna says. Oh my God.
Oh, goodness.
What's he going to say? I'm innocent.
All 4 people are waiting
I'm
for
not
him.
a crook. I'd love to see
Yeah.
that. I'm not a crook.
That sounds like, why does that sound like Richard Nixon?
It is. I'm not a crook.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness.
That's right. I did remember hearing about that. Okay. One more. Yep, we're 106. We usually try to do 3 personal questions, but I had a long day at work and I want to tap into that energy. So next time I host, we'll make sure we do some personals.
Okay.
Okay. What's going to happen here? Will 45 have to sell us properties for legal?
Yes,
Oh, really?
I think so. He's going to have to. Nobody's going to loan him or give him any money.
Oh, so
As long as he keeps grifting. Oh, by the way.
Also, how does he have that plane? That's not his plane. Who owns
it's
that
his
plane?
It's his plane.
Mm,
He bought
is
it many.
it?
Yeah.
Is
he
it?
bought it. Yeah. He bought it many years ago from one of the Apple guys had it.
Does he still have the pink slip?
Well, it sat for years, broken.
I don't think it's his. He might rent it. That's
But he
fine.
used-
What you don't know
He used the donation money.
probably almost everything's rented.
Smoke and mirrors.
He doesn't smoke and mirrors.
I don't think that
Mar-a-Lago is owned by the members. I mean, by people who bought in and invested in it, like Saudis and Russians and Chinese and whoever else. He doesn't own that. And then
Well, he did buy that. He did buy
picture
Mar-a-Lago.
though came up today, and I laid eyes on it, and the first thing that popped into my head, I was like, "That's not his plane."
Yeah, because I Googled it the other day. Who owns Mar-a-Lago? And it's a huge consortium of in Trump, you have a small, tiny percentage.
Yeah, there's a community that has supposed to have say over it.
Well,
It's
actually,
part of the deal, but he did pay money to be there. But
Yeah.
there's supposed to be like a, what do you call that? Like a condo association?
there is investors who invested in the club, and they are the major investors, not Trump. And they're from Saudi Arabia, China, Russia. Those are the big players that own it. Yeah. Now, the people that come and have membership have to pay an annual fee to have membership and belong to Mar-a-Lago. That's how it's working as a club.
Deutsche Bank. So anyway, well, you know, like if you didn't know, a lot of his properties or how he gets his money is his branding.
Yeah.
Like the hotel in Chicago has his name on it, and he gets kickbacks.
True.
As a contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone else owns that building, but the name is on there. There's a contract, and you know, let's say someone rents a room for $385, he may get
back for it or
$50
something.
or
You know,
something. Something
I
like
have to say, Allison's right. This is what I get. He's like, there are mountains in front of him. There's no way he's going to be able to dig himself out. No matter how much there are people coming for him, the creditors probably. He's in the hole. People are disrespectful of everything, of his doings. He's going to be brokenhearted. Yes, he's going to have to let go of property to dig himself out of this hole. And I don't think he can. He's just going to try and tread water at this point. Because he's got so many creditors. He has so many banks that he owes money to. He robs Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. Oh, Allison, you're muted.
Yeah, there's
Thank you. He owes everybody money.
There you go.
someone was
Never paid
saying
anybody either.
he's got a loan coming due with less than a year of $400 million.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, his attorneys actually want money up front. What
I
does
was
that
just going to say that. I was saying his legal representation has to be paid up front
What
because
does that
nobody
tell
will
you?
represent him.
He doesn't pay for his, when he does the campaign thing, he doesn't pay for the spots. So they're starting to turn him down. No, you can't come here unless you pay us. Right?
I don't see how he's going to sell property if he doesn't own it. What does he have? What does he really outright own? I got the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Swords when I asked about the plane.
He doesn't. He's even sold his helicopter. He does not.
He doesn't own shit. Oop.
No, he
doesn't own
No.
anything.
No, I agree with you, Allison. If you look at the real true value, if you take the debt and you take what he says he's worth, the debt's up here.
All of it.
Yeah. He relies on constantly bringing in money through whatever means, like the grift.
Yeah, he's drifting off his supporters. That's what's keeping him alive.
Yeah, that's what's keeping him alive, right, Scott? And I
That's
think
what repaired. That's what repaired his plane.
Yeah, correct.
His supporters. So he's broke.
He's
Private plane.
That's a perfect card. You couldn't make that up. You couldn't make that up.
Shit. He's searching for help wherever he can.
Oh my God.
His prosperity is in Tower.
Yes, there you go. Oh my gosh.
And then I had the Page of Cups next to that. He's searching for help.
Oh yeah.
How can I help? He's looking for
investors. Investors on investors.
Then I have USA is going to own a lot of it.
Yeah.
So this is the USA card. Yeah. He's restricted. He's going to be locked up. He doesn't be able to pay his bills.
Yeah.
We're going to own his crap.
Yeah.
For a while. Yeah. So I got a Wheel of Fortune. This culmination of his life, his soul path, whatever's going to happen here. Ton of conflicts. It's a battle. Everything coming out.
Right.
So his cold. Let's just say this is telling me his soul contract is due.
Oh gosh. Yep.
I think his soul contract is due, and I don't think he's got much time left.
No, it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be.
This is driving him crazy.
Yeah. I really get him losing it. That's why it keeps showing me the Fool. Like he'll just be, huh?
That's why they're going to need a gag order, because he can't help himself.
Yeah. He won't be able to face the reality of what it. He hasn't been facing reality for a number of years now. So
pretty much. You can tell by the Klan rallies.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all just hate.
They really are, unfortunately.
Okay. Ready for some inspiration? Or you got something to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Allison hasn't gone.
He's not going to be able to pay for it.
No,
There's no money.
no, there's no money. There's no
Maybe
money.
he can represent himself.
Oh my God. Now that'd be a ouch.
He knows everything. So maybe he can just represent himself because he doesn't have a pot to whiz
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, that just hurt my brain so hard.
Dude's broke.
Representing himself.
He doesn't have any money.
Oh my
So Shaw here was saying he was running for POTUS, said he couldn't release his taxes because he's being audited.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was a lie because he had an agreement with the IRS. I'm sorry, Scott, let me jump in because
Yeah, go
I just heard about that agreement. He had an agreement with the IRS that if he gave his name, names of people that are defrauding the IRS, that they would look the other way for him. But then all this came down and he's upset and mad and actually stated, that's not right because he had an agreement. So, yeah, they could have released his taxes, but he lied because he had this special agreement. They wouldn't harass him if he gave people to.
He was a whistleblower.
Whistleblower, correct.
so yeah,
No,
I think it was halted.
Yeah.
So from
But I'm sure he's been audited many times. Most people with that kind of wealth are.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't about the audit. There wasn't.
No.
right,
It wasn't a lie. Yes, it's always
he
a
just
lie.
didn't want no one to see his taxes. I can't remember which book it was in, but supposedly in 2012 he got like a $79 million refund, something like
I
that.
remember. Yes, I remember.
For being audited, and he was supposed to pay it back because they found something. So
Yeah,
technically he was being audited, but it got halted
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't supposed to owe that. So it was an audit going on, but no prosecution from it. But it never got completed.
Right.
So technically he owes our government $60 million or something.
Yeah.
Or more.
Are we pulling cards for our community?
Yes.
Okay. Little inspiration.
Yeah. Mnuchin and Barr, they did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I'll never believe that Comey and McCabe both got an audit
Mhm.
out of the blue random pick.
Yeah, that's not random.
Never happened.
Nope. That was not a random thing.
That has less of an outcome of winning the lottery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like less. And that's like gazillion to one.
Oh, and 45's True Social. They were supposed to have a merger coming up, but the FCC or whatever is investigating. They think they're money laundering. Through that. So anyway, if this merger doesn't go through, 45 is going to be on the hook for $800 million.
Oh.
For the investors.
Oh.
Because the investors vested in True Social.
Oh.
On the guarantee that this merger was going to go through with this digital corp or whatever it is.
Can you say bankruptcy with me? Bankrupt.
Bankrupt?
He's been bankrupt
so that's another thing in the plate.
So many times, Allison. That's his management style. You go bankrupt.
I don't like it. Why is it always the same thing? I want different cards.
Oh, did you also see that Barr axed any investigation of oversight into like 5 of Trump's cabinet members?
Wow.
Mnuchin, who was that old guy that was always asleep?
I can't think of his name,
He
but
had
I know.
glasses. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Secretary of Interior or something.
Yeah.
Secretary of Commerce, whatever.
I don't know what his name is, but I
Him,
know.
Elaine Chow.
He retired, or
But yeah, there was like 5 of them. And Barr said no.
yeah. Yeah, well, you can bet behind the scenes this is all getting looked at too.
Well, I hope so. I always
yeah.
felt so, but we haven't seen it yet.
Well, there's so much to look at. I mean, they're doing so much that they had to pick their biggest targets.
Yeah, Nancy. That's where Devin Nunes is working now. He's a CEO of Two Social, and it's going downhill.
That's
I guess
going to
Trump's stepping out to speak now. I'm not going to lie.
go bankrupt.
There's something else. Oh, Cy Vance admitted that Barr told the SDNY to step down on the prosecution of Trump. So, Cy Vance was before Bragg. So Cy Vance was on MSNBC telling everything. Said, 1, COVID slowed down everything. Investigating. We couldn't meet with people. No grand juries. That.
Right.
And then Barr told SDNY told him to stand down and investigating.
Wow.
And he said, okay, you're my boss, basically. So the federal government told him to shut down this case into Trump. So for years, Cy Vance wanted to investigate, but he was told no. So I remember everyone saying, I guess Cy donated $30,000 to Trump or something, his campaign or whatever, or Republican. And I remember everyone was saying, oh, he's bought off. No, he wasn't. COVID and Barr told him to shut down.
Yep.
Same thing with Preet Bharara at SDNY. They fired him because he wouldn't shut stuff down.
Wow. Yeah, Trump, I remember when they did that. That when Barr did that, that was the most unbelievable. Oh, he said, well, he's, retiring or he's stepping down. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So fast. And then he was fired. So
yeah,
that
just crazy.
That was handled so poorly. I can't even.
Anna says the pillow guy is there in Mar-a-Lago.
Oh gosh.
He's got to sell more foam, I guess.
Wow.
Oh, well, inspiration we need. We need some inspiration.
Because I got it. The winds of change are upon us all. So things are shifting. You can see that this zebra is carrying a house on his back. And that's like, to me, it feels like burden, but it's moving from one place to the other. But you notice he's not moving. He's just kind of standing still. So then we got round and round, which is about cycles we keep repeating and what we need to let go of and release so that we can move forward. And we need to notice these things so we don't keep repeating them. But we are getting a leg up. We are getting assistance from our guides and angels and from people we know. They'll come before us and we'll get signs and help and messages to help us along the way in April. And that's it.
You going, Allison?
Sure. I drew from my Stephen Farmer deck, and I got the fox. This message is quite similar to Val's, which tends to happen. I got Fox, which is adaptability, and this is adapt to the changes that are coming. And then with that, and they do go together, you know, this is telling you to adapt to the different changes that are coming into your world, but it's also saying, you know, you do have freedom too, you know, to make choices about what those things are. So this is the horse, which talks about freedom. So, yeah, don't sit stagnant on something that needs to change, you know, and you've got some options within that, whatever that means for you individually. But I just got the 2 cards.
That makes sense. Yep.
So this is my toss is kind of a standard, but it can be a reminder. So this is a 5 of Wands, 5 of Gabriel. So those are your conflicts. You know, it could be you're arguing between loved ones, family members, or whatever. So make sure you withdraw from all that drama. You know, and have patience with yourself and others. So then I get 2 of Ariel. And that is, it's important to have balance in your life. You know, you can't have too much stress. You know, if you have too much love, you might go crazy. You know, you got to have spice in your life, right? But it's just, you got to make work fun. You got to make life fun. Balance in your life. And then 10 of Raphael. And that's abundance. That's love and blessings in your life.
Right.
Withdraw from the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 of Ariel, have balance, and you'll have blessings.
Very good.
It's all about your soul just being happy. You know,
Being
releasing that negativity in your life. You know, just if you don't resonate with people, you can send them on your way. Even if you have a kid that doesn't want to listen to you and just wants to take money from you, like, you're on your own, buddy.
That's just.
I raised you for 20 years. If you're gonna
take tough love, baby.
Yeah, you need tough love.
Yeah.
And I've actually told that I've told that numerous times to people in readings. Mm-hmm. My guide said it's time for tough love.
Yeah.
They're using you.
Yeah.
You may have raised them. It's their choice now.
Yeah. They have to place their lessons.
Stop giving them everything they want and they're 35. You know?
Exactly. Because until you stop disabling them, they won't be able to work on their lessons. So stop giving everything away to your adult children and let your adult children have to stand on their own 2 feet and make their way in the world because you've already raised them.
Yeah, right. I had a reading with a 60-some-year-old woman trying to create some kind of program.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, you know, it could be used for teaching in schools, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she's talking about her son and he needs this, he needs that. And he's like 45. And I'm like, why are you paying for all your son's stuff?
You go on and with your own life, cut the apron strings.
Dads do that with daughters and moms do that with sons.
No, I cut it. I cut the apron strings. I didn't do it. And
you know, but then she's always short. Her car breaks down, and now I'm short money. I'm like, why'd you give it to your son? He's a grown man. You know, you did your job.
It's really true. It's
really true. You know, I'm like, stop treating him like he's 5.
I would be at my son's
Also, he needs to stop accepting it.
I'd be sitting.
He knows he can.
No, listen, I'd be sitting at the dinner table of my son's house in New York, and he'd say to me, why can't you make spaghetti like my mom or something like that? And I'd say, this is the best spaghetti I've ever had. And then they'll say something like, you know, why can't you keep, you know, house as clean as my mom does? And my daughter-in-law will look at me and I laugh and say, I don't keep my house that clean. I know you guys are coming. I go around and spring clean everything. Because that's cutting the apron strings. Don't, saying it to your children to push them to be independent on their own, and don't look back at, don't put me on a pedestal. I'm just trying to think. Part of the apron string cutting. Don't get involved in your kids' lives in between marriages and all that stuff. It's their life, not yours.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope this doesn't get make people mad, but I think it's funny. A lady friend of mine was doing that to her child.
Yes.
And I'm like, seriously? I'm like, when are you gonna release them off the nipple?
Thank you. Exactly.
You're still breastfeeding that child.
I'm saying when you're.
I mean, like, why are they controlling your life when they're adults?
Yeah. That you're disabling them from living their life.
The child isn't controlling. She's doing it.
Yeah.
Your child's not controlling your life. I just want to get the wording right. It's like, most of these moms are doing it because they want to. They can't see their baby suffer. They can't see and they just do it.
We're saying that you are teaching your children lessons all through their childhood up until the time they are an adult and they go off on their own. You're done. Cut the apron string. You've done your job. Period.
And the moms are giving the wrong message, Scott, when they do that. They're giving the total, because then that's what the son
it's a little guilt, but it's a little bit of like, oh, that's my baby, I should do everything I can.
It's totally codependent.
You know how I did that with my kids? I sent them cards and called them on their birthdays or went to visit them. That's all you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's after college, right?
That's after college.
I was gonna say, because mine's in halfway through, right?
They're in college.
Once he's through, it's like,
they're your baby still.
Luck.
Don't worry. Yeah, you got him. He's still yours till then.
I've pulled back in a lot of ways.
Good job, Rose.
But, it's tricky, but no, once he's done, it's like, you
have
it's hard.
to allow them to make their way in the world.
Yeah.
And don't interfere in that unless you're asked what your advice would be. Then you can do it.
I have a hard time saying no to him right now because he's struggling, in school. You don't have any money when you're in college, And
that's different.
he doesn't ask often. He asks actually very rarely. And so I just say,
child. He's still in college. So
that's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my oldest daughter finally got cut off from me paying her cell bill for her whole life.
See?
And when she got married.
Well,
so
now
when she got married?
Yeah, she's finally paying her own cell bill after she got married.
How old is she?
27.
Yeah, I've had a chit chat with Scott about that kind of thing. But
so my youngest daughter, I said, well, honey, you're a nurse and you're making more money than I am.
Wow.
Can you pay your own cell bill now? Well, you paid the cell bill for Jordan until she got married, so you're going to do the same for me.
Oh,
wow.
I do pay my son's cell. I do. He's on my plan. I do pay for his phone.
But he's in college.
What's that?
He's in college.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying I do.
That was the original agreement. That was the original agreement with my daughters. I'll pay your cell bill until you graduate and get a job.
Yeah, he'll get a real job when he graduates. He better with that degree.
That didn't happen yet. I'm getting the guilt trip on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in the meantime, my cell bill is $300.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's 300 something.
I have never paid for my kids. I've never paid for phones for my kids. They bought their own cars. We did put them on our insurance because if they live in your house and they drive, you have to have
it's a deal. And it's better to do it that way.
You got to do
Yeah.
it. So, no.
Scorpio stopped. Yeah, there comes a point, but it's not a lot. I
Yeah,
mean,
my
it is-
son's 20 as well, but he's in college. If he wasn't in college, I no, because he'd be working.
Well, you have to teach them responsibility and how to pay their bills. I mean, by you
Yeah.
paying your bills on time and well, and when they're
28.
out of their house, you just look at them and say, well, I don't, how are you going to afford that? Are you going to pay X, Y, and Z? And you just stay out of it. It's their spending problem.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't feel as guilty. Diva's paid hers till 28.
oh my gosh. Well, the problem is that we've got a generation of kids that have moved back home or never moved out of home, and they're 38 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a problem.
It's kind of nice. My son's now realizing stuff that I've said for years, and he's finally got it, right? Because he has so much money to spend, and it goes in however many days, and then he's like, and you got to make the groceries last this many days, and and the gas back and forth.
That's what they have to learn.
Like, my tank's empty, and it's like,
college
you're
is
driving back and forth and all over the place with your friends. So you need to get gas money for your friends.
College is like a mini universe of those things. How they're going to do their own laundry.
Yep.
They're going to do, how they're going to spend their money so that they still have some at the end of the month, or if they, all those things. How are they going to manage their time to do their school, their work, and play?
He's figured it out. Last year he was starting to get some of it, but by this year we're midway through the second year. He's got it dialed in.
Yeah, good.
All of it. His schedule, the money, the school, the driving.
Yeah.
If he goes and makes a couple extra trips, his friends have got to give him gas money.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
hello.
Yeah.
This isn't a free ride.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if he drives over there, he's like, well, you got to feed me dinner. Or
one watches the other. It's for one. You gotta
feed me.
Exchange of the energy.
Yeah.
You see this comment? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I learned how to manage money mainly from my dad, who could pinch a penny so hard boogers fly out of Lincoln's nose. Job, woman.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Hilarious. And I appreciate that comment.
Yeah, Sherry.
What he did was join the military, even though he said
I'll say that to this day, because I went in right after high school. You have to grow up so fast. And I'll never regret it.
There's no baby. There's no baby.
Looking back, I wish I made it a career, but my 4 years, it was good for me.
Yeah, that's good.
I liked it.
I think it depends on the person. The stuff that my ex-husband told me as an empath and everything else, I was just mortified. The stories that happened.
Yeah.
Like stuff that he told me that he witnessed and what went down and whatever. I was just like, oh my God. But he only did, what is that? He did like 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, there's bullying and there's a lot.
He's in the Marines.
Yeah.
You mean with the deployments or just the service?
Like that initial year, right? Or whatever that time span is, that initial time period and all the crazy stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, try and you in boot camp, you have to be broken down mentally.
Yeah, but it's really crazy, some of the stuff that they do.
So that
it's very destructive.
You're lower than
the stuff he experienced anyhow.
So that they can build you back up as a team. It's like crush you and then build you back up.
And there's also bullying that happens within
terrible
the platoon.
Bullying.
Huh?
Terrible bullying.
Yeah.
Bullying.
It's horrifying.
That could be the Marine
party thing, like beating guys up with bars of soap inside of a pillowcase and just beating some guy. I mean, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was gross.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, and then there's soldiers.
You know, and may I just say that even happens at the military schools before you even go in.
Yeah, he was in.
There's all kinds of.
Yes, he grew up in that overseas. He was all over the place. Yeah, because his dad was in the Navy. He was a Navy brat. He was everywhere, and it was all private schools and military. And no, well, anyways, it can have different effects on different people. For some people, it can be really good, and for other people, it can be totally detrimental. We got guys killing themselves because they can't handle being there.
Yeah, I know. They've been committing suicide.
You should be like psychologically profiled. That way, anybody that's weak doesn't end up there, shouldn't be there.
There's
realize what they're getting into, you know.
Some naval ship stationed in San Diego where like 10, 15 people have committed suicide over like a year.
Yeah.
And the bullying that they are saying is happening is so bad. Can you imagine that someone would kill themselves?
Yeah. Well, like I said, though, but it's not like these things are secrets. Like I would totally research something like that before going in there, and you would already know, and you just wouldn't go. You just wouldn't go. There's other guys who can go in there, like Scott went. I mean, yeah, that was a long time ago, but I don't think it's probably changed a whole lot because the military is the military, right? And you know, guys that go in there and do well, you know, they just do. You know, and then other people, again, you know, people look a lot of different ways, and what some people can handle, others can't.
Right. You really have to have a good.
Or if you're gay and you end up in there, God forbid.
God forbid.
I mean, it's just.
That's just.
There's been all kinds of dark stuff that's happened in the last. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even going to go into it. Just things, and then it doesn't get investigated and.
We were trying to uplift our community.
I know, but it's truth. It's reality.
It is reality.
It's sad.
As I've heard from so many different people who've been. I
just can't romanticize it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
I was in the Air Force, so there was none that I seen that kind of psychological stuff.
That's
Basic
good.
training, there was a little bit.
Well, let me just say this about.
I was actually surprised how many people were that weak because the Air Force was easy.
Hey, you're saying that, Scott, and I have to say I haven't had an uncle who was in the Air Force, and he was a airplane mechanic. But I have to say that, from what I understand, you have to be extremely smart to get into the Air Force. They just don't take any Tom, Dick, and Harry. At least today's standards.
Yeah,
you really have to be smart.
You have to be pretty much an A student to get in the Air Force. Yeah,
you really do. You really do. They don't take now the Army.
But there was a lot of uneducated people in there. There's a lot of people that washed out.
Well, that's how that's what the Army.
There was a lot of people that couldn't handle the easy basic. The basic training I thought was easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that couldn't handle it.
Because you were an athlete all your life.
But we didn't do that much. In the Air Force, we had to do 30 push-ups, 30 jumping jacks, 30 sit-ups, and run a mile and a quarter every day.
Because they just wanted your brain. They wanted your brain.
Yeah.
The Army wants your brawn.
They did more psychological stuff than physical in the Air Force.
Yeah, my ex-husband, they worked him hard in the Marines.
But the Marines and the Army, that's a different story.
Yeah.
So I was 2 years in, and I was in Korea. And these people in the Army, when they were in Korea there on the same base, they had to get up at 5 a.m. and do a 2-mile run before they even worked.
I'd be done for the day. They'd have to peel me up off the ground.
You know, and us Air Force guys were peeling ourselves out of bed at 6:45 to get on the truck to go to work at 7 after a night of drinking.
Oh my gosh. Now we know the story.
We're all up. We all smell like booze. We got our uniform on half-assed, and we just get in time to jump on the truck to go to work. Yeah, the Army guys were already up 2 hours running and already working. The Air Force is easy. I was surprised people couldn't handle it.
I think, like Allison said, a certain personality suited to,
Yeah, the Navy wasn't bad either. Diva said listed in the Navy. My friend said the Navy was pretty easy too. One of my classmates, or actually 2 of my classmates, were in the Navy for a while.
My ex-father-in-law was in the Navy for I don't even know how long, and then he was in the State Department, and he finally retired. Actually, he retired 2 or 3 times and went back. They would call him and he'd go. And but that was a different time though, because he's I think he's 79 this year, 78, 79. So but yeah, back then, I mean, that was totally different.
Yeah. It's a whole different thing now.
Yeah. A bunch of my friends, I was getting out, and a bunch of my friends got orders to go over to Desert Storm in 1990. So there was a lot of tears and worry, and because you get all the talk about you're going in the combat zone, you could pass away, you never know what's going to happen. Well, here they were stationed in Turkey as support, so they were never in any combat or anything. So it was basically a vacation.
Yeah.
But our job was munitions. So you're not going to have the bombs and missiles in the war zone. But Desert Storm never lasted that long. It was all air pretty much anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually not any harm. The Air Force really isn't. They're like behind the scenes.
Yeah, right. Okay, listen, it's been an hour and 46 minutes.
Yes, it has.
Wonderful. Transcend Politics crew. My gosh. It's time to get up because my legs are cramped. My Chromebook.
Well, you've been on 3 times a day.
I'm more than 3 because I did 4 channelings, and so each separate video for the 4 things I did, plus the civil harmony thing, and then this.
Oh, good Lord, Diva.
This is my 6th appearance today, and I didn't have a wardrobe change.
Oh, good Lord, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Boot camp was brutal. Oh, Jeff. Chromebook crashed. Physically attacked by dark energies. Some readers are knowing. Honestly, I feel 0 dark energies out there. I think it's a good energy going on. Yeah, Val was on a roll today.
I was. Shaw Women was with me.
Woo-woo. Bro was there in September 90. So, yeah. So my job, well, we probably got out of here, but I built up aircraft pallets of munitions before I left that were going over to Saudi Arabia.
So what would you have done? I mean, what did you think your career would continue to be if you would have stayed in the service?
Well, I don't know. I always had dreams of flying, but I in the back of my mind, I wanted to go to the Air Force Academy.
Mm-hmm.
I could have transferred into there.
Yeah.
Because I always had dreams of flying.
So
I think I would have done that.
Well, here you are using your psychic gifts, your intuition, and your, mediumship. So
yeah, you never know.
You were always supposed to be.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of everything, you're where you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It's where your soul put you towards.
Right.
Yeah, everyone has an option. I could have made it a career. I could have used the GI Bill to go to college, but I didn't. because my dad wanted me to come back to the farm before I enrolled into college. So I ended up being a farmer until we quit. So it's the grand plan, and I could have said no. No, I don't want to come back and farm,
But because you've helped so many people with your readings and all the things you've done. So, there's a reason why you're where you're at.
Same as everyone.
Same
You
as
just look back and what your choices could it be, and just accept.
Yeah, we always have options.
Yep.
Whatever we pick.
But they say that no matter what options you pick, it'll just be a short detour and they'll pull you back on path.
Yeah. Yep. I believe that.
Your main path that you're supposed to be on will show up again at the end of that.
To be brought back.
Sure.
Right. It all leads to where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
It was, some of it had to do with homesickness. I enjoyed my time away and traveling, but deep down, I had this intuition desire to come back home. So it's kind of like my soul telling me I'm supposed to come back home.
Sounds like it. You
had
had that inner prompting to come back home. Yeah.
So, yeah. And the odd thing is, when I made my choice to get out, I was angry that day. Because I got the boss, the shop chief, made me go weed eat in 100+ degree heat. And I was sweating and I was pissed. And I was a sergeant, so I made rank above others. And there was young ones sitting in the back room doing nothing. And I had rank and did my time, right? So I was mad all day. I got back when I was done, and I had the letter in my inbox. Trying to make a decision if you're staying or getting out. I took it home, took a shower, and signed I'm getting out.
I think that was a catalyst for you, brought about by your guides and angels.
Probably.
Definitely. I was put in that position. Because if I wasn't in that position, I would have stayed.
Correct. You were, in your mind, humiliated a little bit by your subordinates sitting around while you had to go do something ridiculous in that kind of heat. Was a catalyst. And yeah.
Right. They know your personality.
Yeah.
Like, this will piss them off.
Yeah. So they put
it
in the guy's mind to get you to go do this.
Because I hardly worked.
This is what they do. So you were triggered, and there you go.
I mean, I enjoyed the service. I played ball for the softball.
I got what they wanted.
I played ball for the base team. I got off of work all the time to practice. I got off on Fridays to go to travel.
But see, think of it this way. You're a light worker, and you were amongst all these people in those environments, playing, doing baseball and all the different things, spreading all that good light and energy all around. So it was all for a really good purpose. I think it was
also, I gotta say something.
Go ahead.
Also, you being in that environment, as well as the farming industry and all that stuff and whatever, and I hate to stereotype, but you're the odd man out in all those scenarios for the most part. You are the light worker that's there amongst young souls, every direction you look.
Exactly. What environment suits this person who's a light worker?
Exactly. You're locked in there to do whatever you're supposed to do.
Your whole round.
Because those people aren't on that vibration.
No.
They're just not. Sorry.
No,
not
well,
sorry.
I didn't even realize I was a light worker, but all these people in the service would come up to me. We might be outside the dorms drinking and then go up to the room or whatever, and they tell me their dark secrets.
Of course, because you're a light worker.
And I didn't know it then, though. I swear, everyone told me their darkest secrets and wanted advice.
They naturally gravitate to the intuitive, empathic person who can help them. It is a natural thing.
Yep.
I'm sorry about that, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's hard.
Fight it out, do his time.
Yeah.
My
Hope it's all
ex-husband
right.
went through some really and I can't help but think that some of it stemmed from what he experienced there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Not that that's what it was, but it's like when when we divorced
Yeah.
and he was married once before me, she
Mhm.
left him. Both of those times were very, very dark for him. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
darker than they should have been. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I do.
And it's like, and he wasn't raised in such a way. It just, I couldn't help but think that, they kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some effery that goes on in there that's not
There's
right.
there's a crushing of spirit.
Yes. And they do this whole whole mind
Yeah.
thing
It's a
on these guys.
mind warp. So
Take someone that's very
they
confident
ask you to jump out
and then
into a volcano as a group. You will all jump into the volcano as a group, and you don't ask why. It's that is what
well,
they
there's
train.
that too.
So they
They do all this stuff and telling them how worthless they are and all this crazy. And it's like, y'all need a different playbook because that crap is that's just
to build
mental.
you back up. Yeah.
Well, in a sense, the
It should
military
be
is.
illegal. It
Yeah.
should be illegal.
It's pretty gross.
It is. It's embarrassing and it's sad. And it's
I
like,
would use
there's
your
other
term,
ways to do
barbaric.
that.
I like the Allison barbaric term because archaic and barbaric
Yeah.
is how the training
Yeah.
sessions are.
Hopefully it's different now. I don't think it is. I mean, he was in there years ago. He was there when he was like 20 and he's like same age as me. He's 53. So
Maybe it's not so bad. I don't know.
I understand the concept
Mhm.
because it's kind of like the way the universe is. We're all supposed to be one. That's why they all have the same uniforms. Why everyone gets their head shaved. They break down your attitudes to make you all one people.
So you'll need each other like brothers.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. They abuse them all mentally the same, even though
And
they're all very, very different people.
And the ones that aren't mentally fit aren't good for war.
Right. And they shouldn't have been there in the first place. They really should. Maybe they do. They should do some sort of psychological, at least weeding out, profiling before rather than just saying, yeah, come on in, sign up.
Yeah. Good point.
Stupid.
But a lot of people wash out in boot camp. So that's
true.
Mm-hmm.
But they could save money and dollars and everything else by just, questionnaire or two ahead of time. Hello.
It's the government. They don't care about how much money they spend on recruits.
They really don't. They really don't. They don't. Well, guys, 2 hours.
I gotta go too. I gotta take my dogs out. So
2 hours.
It's fun.
It was fun.
Bye, everybody.
Blessings and love. Have a beautiful night.
Guys.
Bye-bye.